Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today, oh yeah, these. Yeah, I found these from Griswold, but they weren't on a great base item. So, I mean, I can't really use them right now until I replace this armor piece. It's got my fire resist locked down, but, you know, for the future. It was a pretty high roll, like I think 60 and -6 are the max, so I just couldn't really pass up the opportunity. I mean, gold is kind of whatever at this point, so.
Good day.
It just gives me some flexibility moving forward, having some stuff I can toss around. And I don't want to stash this just yet, even though I won't use it probably, maybe ever. It just, I know that the stash files for multiplayer have been a little bit finicky. I know Andrew had mentioned that they're like that, so I just don't want to have any chance of it blowing up. And it only takes up one space, so. Tried some more multiplayer yesterday, but honestly I was pretty disappointed. It was just, you know, there's always a million theories when things go wrong. And you're like, well, you know, is it my connection, is it your connection? But the one fortunate thing is that we can both rule out it's not our computer systems. His is absolutely, like, top tier. I would say, like, it's not, like, you know, the most expensive piece of equipment, but like pretty darn close to it. So I know it's not his rig. Plus we've played before on the Hell 1 without any interruptions in connection. And it's not mine because, you know, it's not quite as good as his, but I mean, like, when you're talking about a game like this, it's definitely not like I have a million things running in the background. And again, we all run the game normally for about an hour sometimes, but it would just do that pausing thing where every, I don't know, say like 5 to 8 seconds you get like a pause.
Not enough mana.
The pause would last like 2 to 5 seconds, but we couldn't really find what caused the pausing. The only consistent measure we had was that pretty much whenever there were enemies on the screen, it would happen. Like, not all the time, but there would always have to be enemies. Like, we'd lag a little bit in town, like, occasionally, but it wasn't like a huge pause at the same, like, magnitude. Ooh, is that an improvement? It is not. Oh well. Pretty close. So, I don't know, I guess the running theory for me is, Evolve just has, like, these happy hours, or these cluttered hours where, I mean, naturally, when you have more people using the service, it's more likely to, you know, it takes more resources, so maybe their platform just can't handle housing that many people on. But, I mean, it was like a Wednesday night, 9 p.m. I could see more people getting on, especially in like the Eastern time zone, but still, you know, to just have it happen sort of out of the blue really made me think that there's something else going on, like maybe a firewall exception or something like that. But honestly, I don't really have a way to tell. We thought we had figured it out last time. We thought it was running the game at different frames on each person's rig, but we both set it to 20 frames. Well, actually there's 3 of us, but we all had the same lag. I'd say the game host had a little bit worse than everyone else, but I still experienced the same lag spikes as him. He would just have issues joining like new instances. So like when he went down to level 14, it took him like a good 20 to 30 seconds before he actually reached the level. I don't know why that is. Someone on the forum brought that up. I thought it's interesting. We all play on Windows 10, I assume. I didn't ask, well, I didn't need to ask Nero, but I mean... It's been me, another person, and then one person on the forum. So I mean, 3 people all running Windows 10 and all experiencing that issue. It does seem to be a common thread. So my idea there was to just set compatibility mode, or compatibility to maybe Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows XP. I don't know, I figure all of them are fine for this game, but maybe it's just a Windows 10 thing. It doesn't affect me very often, I'll say, so I'm not like in a huge rush. But I figure if someone brought it on the forum and expected answers, then it probably affects them a lot more than it affects me. It's getting quite difficult to hit these enemies. As for the pausing, I really can't think of anything. I'm just gonna continue to play with a couple other members of the community and just kind of see if, you know, we all experience that same lag at the same time every day, or if it's like just between me and him. Because if it's just me and him, it's a little bit more easy to pin down. You're like, okay, well, it's probably a firewall rule, or, you know, we're far away from the servers, something like that. But if it happens with everyone, then at least I could probably say, okay, well, it's likely gonna happen because of evolved servers. They're just not meant to handle that many people.
Not enough mana.
Oh man, that was close.
Not enough mana.
There is a new program coming out, Bowstring,
Not enough
that's
mana.
supposedly for the exact same purpose as Evolve. It kept bringing up VPN. In the email that I received from them, basically saying, you know, we'll give you a heads up when it's coming. It should be launched by the end of the year, which is pretty good. I didn't expect them to be out by the end of the year, but Well, that kind of makes sense business-wise. You know, you have Evolve closing down, and then you have all these customers that are, well, not customers, maybe customers. I don't know if they have a paywall or something like that, but all these people who could use your platform you can advertise on, and where would they go if they don't have Evolve? You know, there'd be a big chunk of the community that might adopt a new program, use it, and be like, well, I'm not going to switch now when they do come up with it. So the timing does make sense, which is a good thing, because I don't really think any other mod works for this right now. Maybe Zero Tier, but it's not very user-friendly, and I've had some people say they couldn't get it to work. The other option would be that it's somehow the mod. I don't know what would cause it in this mod and not the Hell one, but I mean, we didn't experience any interruptions on the Hell one. It could have been coincidence. We only did play for like, 20 or 30 minutes, I think. But I always got to keep the possibility open. Haven't tried Evolve extensively on the Hell one. So what I'm probably going to do is when lags happen like that, I'm going to tap down the day it happened first, because I would assume that Friday night would be like a huge one.
Not enough mana.
And then, secondly, I write down the time, just because, like I said, it seemed to happen later on, after 9. Maybe that's like when a lot of people use that service, I don't know, but just try and find the patterns among all the chaos. That could be useful. I don't even know what happens when I level up Fury. 17 mana. Okay, so it costs 1 less mana. That's a good thing. I use that spell off cooldown all the time, so that's a good one. Inferno. No. I might have to go to town to use that. I'm not quite sure if I can hit 110 in here. So I'm actually going to treat this a little bit differently. I'm probably going to try and stick to just finding these big rooms and not really go in them unless it's a really easy level. And that's mainly because it does take a very long time to clear these mobs right now. And I feel like stats would really help along the way, so the more shrines I find, the better. The more books I find, hopefully I can pile on a couple of them, save up some teleport books, things like that.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, looks like I'll have to go home. Go to town, get some potions. It's just, the mana sucked right out of me. That's... it's terrible because you have to use mana to heal. Can't use lifesteal, so... can't use mana steal either.
Greetings!
Hello, good friend.
Maybe a couple more. My health potions there didn't really help.
What ails you, my friend?
Well, I guess they did, but... I guess the unfortunate thing with all this gear being suboptimal is there's not really a piece that stands out as something like, oh, I'm clearly going to use that endgame. Like, the only thing that is probably my best piece might be this, but even that is not really, like, you know, cream of the crop. Can't put it on this ring, so I'm just kind of stuck with all these oils, which isn't a bad thing. I'd probably like to use it on a Wand of Mana. Just get it up to, like, 200 durability or something insane. I noticed that a lot with the mage. I go through mana like nothing.
How may I serve you?
The 8 charges you get from the beginning one is just nowhere near enough. Nice. Rooms like that, it actually seems like it saved a bit of time to come in here. Low health, decent chance to hit, low damage. Just exactly what I'm looking for. I don't know, maybe Force Wave actually does have a use on this character. Because it's not the damage that counts at all, it's just about the chance to knock back, and I think it is close to 100% chance to knock back, if the monster can be knocked back. So it could just give me some time. I don't know, I might want to think about using that. It's definitely one of those ones where it costs a decent amount of mana, so I usually just go to one ear and then the other. I was playing in the Hive yesterday, and one of the original bugs that I thought was in the game, because I think 2 people reported it, was elemental arrows were going through the mana shield. But at least the ones in the Hive that I got hit by, it did not happen. I think it was like level 18 or 19. They had like, it was Arcane or something. There we go, a shrine. don't know what you call them. Well, anyway, they had fire arrows. They were like a pukey yellow type green. That's the type of goat they were. But yeah. Oh shoot.
Not enough mana.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Mana potions are kind of skimpy. It's actually pretty high comparatively to what I've seen before, but unless I'm going to be doing like a crazy stack build, I don't really think it's a good idea. I'm trying to think what the right level to use that is. Whoops. Guess I'm not using that. Oh, that's good. Level 8 in case it's a very tough level and I just don't feel like dealing with it. Okay, Halls of Blind. This is good. I'm pretty sure that I can do that at least. Just upgrade this. Which I guess doesn't do a whole lot, but... Yes, what I see now is I should get the cover I need from a doorway. No sense using all my mana on different things.
Not enough mana.
Still finding visor masks, okay. Oh, it actually works this time. What? Oh no, it doesn't. As for news about the game, I guess there's maybe just a bunch of base items being made right now, which is okay. There's some unique images too coming to fruition. I think for the Executioner. I don't know if that's his name. I keep forgetting. Oh, this is actually a pretty decent level. You got no one dead so far, and Biodemons are the hardest one, but the other two seem quite easy. Is that sufficient? I don't even think that beats this one.
Not enough mana.
Bam. Anyway, I took the shield off just because it looks like we got beasts on this level. Pretty sure that those baths are beasts too. So you got 2 beasts, no undeads that you need to switch to. And while I want to play this type of character, the one that defends and uses reflect damage, my gear is lacking right now. There's something I need a 98 vitality for. Oh yeah, this thing. So with 98 vitality, I could see if that extra... that's quite a bit of AC, if it makes a difference. So we'll do at least 2 in there. Give it a shot, just because this works with arrows, which I seem to struggle with quite a bit, so lock that in. Oh, something else I kind of did by mistake, but I didn't really realize it. When I'm in this screen, I think if I type... Oh, whoops. Was that the one I was supposed to... Yeah, I went to type enter, because I was talking to someone on multiplayer on my mage, and when I did, I typed enter, and I added in a stat point. Now, for single player, that's not really a big deal, but in multiplayer, it's like if I hadn't have wanted to use toughness on my mage, and it was a big contender, you know, I was thinking maybe not, maybe go all the gold find route, then I'd be pretty peeved. I'll lock that in. It's 3 points off max. So just a heads up if you are playing and you're testing it out, just not too many people play on multiplayer, but it is something to watch out for, especially if you're like level 25 and it happens, which I just happen to be. It's you know, it could be pretty disappointing if I'm trying to think of a class that really wouldn't benefit. Maybe a scout. You want to go like a DPS build. You'd probably get really infuriated. Now, I don't know if it's worth really changing like the functionality of what adds a perk point. So if I open the perk screen, like, should I be able to just press enter or any other keys that there may be? I think that's the only one though, enter. Or should it just be, you know, double clicking the point itself? Frankly, I don't know. It's some people find it annoying not being able to press enter, but I'd say it's just because like perks are limited and it is a big feature of the Hell 2 right now. Just making it so that enter doesn't work in that screen could be, if it's an easy fix, I think a lot of people would like that in multiplayer. I should have paid attention to what that resistance was. I think these guys only take magic. Oh no, they're good for fire. Alright. Oh my god. These are great enemies for experience, I find. They hit you fairly often, but they don't do a crazy amount of damage, so it's just like a lot of enemies in a tight space, no bosses, just pretty good experience all around. It's a bit of an adjustment to change my playstyle though, because I have to go from leaving enemies at a small amount of health, hoping they'll kill themselves, to completely finishing the kill if I want to keep myself as safe as possible. Uh-oh, champions. Woo-woo.
Not enough mana.
something we can actually use. 15% resistol, that's pretty decent. 5 life regen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of hard to tell the difference in regeneration, honestly. Oh. I know that's only 5 points, but even still. Alright, let's see the resist roll we get. Alright. Would have been nice to have fire, but then again, I don't even know if I'll use this. Well, when I think about it, negative light radius, I'm not gonna consider that like a half stat, but I mean, I'd prefer having it a little bit more than just like a preference. It's like, it does hold some value. Negative 3 DFE. I guess it's just kind of like a low find. Because like I consider this great. It has like, you know, resistol 15. This basically has resistol 15. But instead of the strength roll, it has DFE. Whereas something like, I don't know, this would have 6 DFE. This only has 3. Oh, what? Hello. I guess his name says it all, phase glue. I don't want to jinx anything, but these guys honestly seem like they're going down fairly easy. Now, I don't know if that's because like the boss was invisible, but oh wait, maybe they're part of another group.
Not enough mana.
Maybe this AC is really helping. Well, that and changing weapons, I suppose. Recurve saber. Alright, so this looks like it's the next step up. It's a big jump, yep. Ooh. Now that's some damage. That's some additional damage we got going there. Actually, I kind of wonder... Oh no. The max damage on this is just so much higher. You get a little bit more base damage, but that's a lot more max damage. I'll try it. I'm just gonna try and see if like the accuracy is making a huge difference. Just because I really think that it is. Dang. Has like 20 more maximum damage, but 14 less damage overall, so getting there. Well, this sword does seem to be doing something. I don't know. It feels like I really held that corner well. I could be wrong, though. The game is a little bit of RNG, so... Maybe I did need accuracy. Doesn't seem like it, but just because I was playing an assassin. But at the same time, you know, 207% is not really Doom AC or accuracy. Just pretty good. I don't know, it's a tough choice between those two. I mean, eventually my dexterity will be much higher and that won't be required, but for right now, I mean, the more I land hits, the less time they have to hit me. Is that 3 bosses on the same level for this enemy? Like, that's insane. And they're all fairly close to each other, too.
Not enough mana.
I don't know, multiplayer I've definitely seen 2 of these enemies on level 5, 2 bosses, but I don't think I've ever seen 3. Maybe only on, like, Doom Crypt. Sometimes you'll see, like, I don't know, I swear I've seen, like, those Eviscerators. 3 of those bosses. But it is the last level, so you're like, well, it kind of makes sense. Can't tell if it's breaking because it was found at a low durability, or if just hitting enemies with every shot makes it go down that much faster. Well, maybe that was the hidden boss. That boss is used a little bit strangely. Yeah, like, there's a boss right there, but I think even sometimes that image is used for, like, the boss of, like, a pack of dogs or werewolves.
I can't carry anymore. %. Oh.
mean, at that point, I might even be close to max. Getting there. Pretty darn close. I keep forgetting to bring it up on the forum, but there should definitely be an arrow resistance perk now that it's out on some base items. Would definitely be investing into that. Actually, my chance to hit seems pretty good, even with this. I think it's just having 2 swords on. Whoops. Dang it. I could back up, but I mean, come so far. What I like about those enemies is the AI is set up. I don't know if this was Mordor, if this was just in the original game, but they're not set up so that they just regenerate forever. As soon as they go below half, they just regenerate, like the gargoyles. Early on, at least. But those guys, it seems like they'll actually just try and heal up once at around, I don't know, a quarter or a half health. Then once they reach half health, they'll just stop. They'll try and fight you usually till they die. Honestly, I can't really complain about the base items I've been getting. They've all been fairly decent. I know there's like a lot of low-level boots that are all similar to each other, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not like I'm getting a crazy amount of AC from them anyway. Well, this can be open from two sides, so I guess I just gotta make a choice where I want to fight them. I could probably make myself a decent wall on this side, so I'm gonna try here. And I think this is the last enemy, so if that's the case, I can see how much XP I got, and it's about 25%, and that's, well, I'd started the level and killed some things before I leveled, so give or take a little bit, because like the Hall of the Blind quest was in here, and that probably had like 20 to 30 enemies. That's still pretty good though, 20 to 25% a level. And I mean, this is the hardest point to level, or like the, I don't know, the most annoying parts to level when you're under-geared and stuff, so honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. I think the XP chart is back on track to what it should be. Of course, I don't know how it ramps up after, on the way to 46, but at least this, the part that I was worried about right here is a little bit more reasonable. Alright, well, got the level cleared, so I'll go back to town, repair some stuff, and then catch you guys on the next level. See you guys later.